last 90 days, I've worked to significantly increase my engagement on Instagram, and today I want to share with you exactly what I did to make that happen. If you're struggling with reach, engagement, and just being able to consistently create content that converts into paying clients, then listen up and let's get into it. So for those of you that don't know, I actually relocated across the country, and with that, I actually left behind my first business. So my first business was a yoga studio, which I grew entirely using Instagram. And so when I started that business, I had zero business experience. I was just making it up. I really loved social media. And so through growing that business, I was able to learn how to really engage and speak to the specific client that I was trying to target. And within 3 years, I was able to grow to become Muskoka's #1 rated yoga teacher, Muskoka's #1 rated yoga studio, and I had an entire roster of loyal and dedicated clients. And so when I shifted from teaching yoga full-time into business coaching, I decided to keep my Instagram account and transition my content to the content that you see now. And so as you can see here on the screen, there is quite a difference in the style of content that I produce now versus what I was producing maybe 6 months ago, a year ago. Over the course of the last 3 months, I have worked to carefully craft a strategy that not only understands the needs of my clients, but speaks directly to them and the problem they face, and very clearly defines who I am and how I can serve them with the solution they need. I have shown up consistently offering that solution, and as a result have seen a direct impact to my bottom line. And now, my friend, it's time for me to show you how to do the same. So before we get into what you need to do to grow on Instagram, we really need to talk about why you aren't growing on Instagram. More often than not, it is the same thing that I see over and over again, and that is that you aren't getting specific. There tends to be a lot of conflicting advice out there, do niche down, don't niche down, adopt a persona, be yourself, blah, 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 blah. It's confusing. But here's the thing. Anyone you see who is wildly successful on social media, whether it's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's YouTube, it's Twitter, 99% of the time, they grew the beginning phases of their success by getting super specific. In fact, that's exactly how I grew my TikTok following to over 35,000 followers. Whether it was a specific topic they were speaking about or a specific style of video that they produced, they did that thing over and over and over again. And they did that so that their audience would know what to expect, see them as an authority in that space, trust them to be able to provide the information they were seeking, and view them as a reliable source for that information. And so I think in the context of business, if we aren't getting super specific about who it is we're talking to, what problem it is they face, and what solution we have for that problem, we simply just aren't going to grow. And so if this is the problem you're facing and you're not growing on Instagram or on any social media for that matter, it might be time for you to honestly ask yourself, is the content that I'm producing clearly demonstrating the message that I'm trying to get across to my ideal client? And further to that, is it clear to that ideal client how I am able to help them? If the answer is no, or I don't know, don't worry, we're gonna get into that today. So maybe by now you're feeling a little confused, you're a little bit worried, you just wanna know, how the heck do I grow my Instagram account? Do not worry, my friend. I am here to help you. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 very specific and implementable steps that you can take to increase your engagement, grow your following, and ultimately grow your bottom line. Because if we're a business using Instagram to promote our business, what's the point if we aren't making any money? These are the exact steps that I've been taking over the course of the last 90 days, just like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, to increase my engagement and see massive results on Instagram. Okay, friends, if you're a business owner that is struggling to grow your following on Instagram, you need to listen to this one very important point. And that is this. In order to grow your following on Instagram, you need to give people a reason to want to follow you. And I know it sounds a little bit cliche or a little bit like common sense, but hear me out. I want you to try this trick. Enter the Instagram bio. Pull up your Instagram profile right now and take a look at your bio, just like this one right here. And I want you to ask yourself, if you were to look at your profile without looking at your feed, without looking at your highlights, without watching your stories, and just looking at your Instagram bio, would it be clear about who you are and what you do? If someone who did not know you came across your profile, would they be able to tell by looking at your bio whether or not you are going to be able to help them? Your bio should be very clear in indicating who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. Essentially, it serves as sort of this opportunity to set the stage for what your followers can expect from you. So as you can see on my profile, it says, I help total beginners start and grow their own businesses using social media. And so from this statement, it's pretty clear to people that if they follow me, they can expect content surrounding how to start a business, how to run a business, how to grow on social media, and how to get more clients. And so when you're doing this test on your own profile, it's important that you're really honest about whether or not your bio speaks to your ideal client. And if it doesn't, that's okay. If this is something you're really struggling with, you might want to check out my small business Instagram planner. It's linked in the description of this video, and it will walk you through step by step a DIY one-page audit that will teach you how to craft a bio that converts to paying clients. Further to this, it will also go over how to create highlights that work for your business and how to craft content that really speaks to that ideal client. Again, that's linked in the description. And if you have any questions, you can leave them right here in the comments. Now let's move on to tip number 2. So similar to the bio trick we just did, I want you to do the same for your content. Pull up your feed right now, and without looking at your bio, take a look at your Instagram feed, just like this one here. If someone was to click on your Instagram page, scroll past your bio, and only look at the content that you've created, is it clear to that person, again, who you are, what you do, and how your content is going to help them? In my case, as you can see here, it is very clear to someone who comes across my profile that they can expect content on running a business, growing on social media, and getting more clients. And so even without looking at my bio, these people can understand who I am, how I can serve them, and whether or not they want to follow me. At the end of the day, if you're not presenting to those potential followers why they should follow you, they're not going to. This means less potential leads and ultimately less money in your bank account. So not only is it important that you're looking at crafting an Instagram bio that speaks to your ideal client, but you also want to be thinking about your content feed as this sort of catalog that showcases what it is you have to offer to those potential clients. It should demonstrate who you are, what you do, and why you are a credible source for that information. People want to follow you so that you can make their life better, and you need to demonstrate how you are going to do that. Because ultimately, people want to follow other people for them, not for you. So it's important when we're curating our Instagram feed or our Instagram bio, we're doing so with our ideal client in mind, understanding their needs and their desires, and how we are best able to show up and serve them. Okay, so we've gone over the bio, we've gone over the feed. Now you might be wondering, what the heck am I supposed to post? Supposed to post. Well, about a month ago, I posted a video here on my YouTube channel that explains my 5x6 strategy. This is the exact social media strategy that I've been using for years to grow my following and grow my business. So if you're struggling to generate content ideas that speak to your ideal client and make them want to actually engage with your content, then you're going to want to watch this video right here. Essentially, it's really important, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, that we are creating content for our Instagram with intention and focus. What is your area of expertise, and what are the related subtopics to that area that you can also speak about? So if we look at me as an example, my business is based around talking about business. And as a result of that area of expertise, the subtopics that I then often talk about are how to grow an audience, how to start the business, how to generate your first offer, and how to use social media as a tool to grow your business. These are all subtopics of my area of expertise that I can then take and break down into even smaller subtopics for each individual post. Again, I highly recommend you watch this video where I break this down step by step and give real life examples for a variety of different businesses. Or if you're looking for an even more in-depth explanation, check out the small business Instagram planner that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as it breaks down this process even further. Again, it is linked in the description of this video. Check it out and see if it's a right fit for you. Okay, friend, listen, I get it. Running a business is hard, and trying to grow that business on social media, it's even harder. But lucky for you, it doesn't always have to be. If we can get strategic with our approach to social media, we will not only see a growth in our followers, but we will also see a growth in our bottom line. I have grown every business I've had using social media, specifically Instagram, and now it is your turn to do the same. I have shared with you the exact tips that I use in my strategy, and I hope that they are helpful for you. If you have any questions about the information I shared in this video, feel free to comment them down below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for daily business and social media tips. And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more small business tips. I'll see you in the next video.